Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our technology user group on YouTube. My name is AJ Bowie. I'm the technology committee co-chair this year with Anna Albiar. We're very excited to have you all join us today. Just some housekeeping before we get started. Please make sure you are muted. Please feel free to use the chat feature to ask a question, and we'll make sure we get to all of them. I'll be monitoring the chat along with Anna and Jamie. And then we will have a question and answer segment at the end. So if there's something you want to ask, we can also ask it there. Upcoming events, August 27th, we have MLS Updates and Training with our very own Jamie Lister. There's a lot of updates that Rapatoni has been doing to the MLS. I'm sure you guys have noticed. So Jamie's going to be going over them and how we can best use them to their full advantage. And then after this event, please keep a lookout in your email for a quick 5-minute survey. If you complete the survey, you're going to be entered in a drawing to win a $20 gift card from Yard House, courtesy of the Association of Realtors. And we ask that you please share your feedback on the survey so we can help bring the best content for future events. So we're going to go ahead and get started today. We're going to be learning how to grow our real estate business using YouTube from Angel Shabilsky. YouTube for many years. So she's going to be sharing all her tips and tricks on what she does to generate leads through the power of YouTube. So without further ado, please welcome Angel Shabilsky. Angel, thank you.
Hey, thank you for pronouncing my last name correctly. It looks just like it's pronounced.
Yes.
So first and foremost, thanks for inviting me. To anybody that is in the group already, if you could do me two things, well, three things. Get a pen and paper out, because I don't want you to be overwhelmed. And then on the chat that AJ was just talking about, tell me two things. I want you to tell me your niche, like what you specialize in. Are you REO? Are you commercial? Are you, whatever your new construction, bankruptcy, whatever your, or not bankruptcy, foreclosure, whatever your wheelhouse is, where do you spend the most time in your business? So that's one. The second thing I want you to do on that chat is think about what you do outside of real estate. What are your hobbies? What do you do with your family? Are you a hiker? Are you a gym rat? Whatever your thing is, put those two things together and just kind of sit with that as I start to share this information. So with all of the stuff that's going on right now, people are on their phones, like even more than they were before. So you need to be able to be found more than just on Instagram and Facebook. So the beauty about real estate or the beauty about YouTube is that it's one and done. You are making your video and it's out there, and it's out there forever and ever, amen. So Google, as we all know, is like the largest search engine. Well, Google owns YouTube. So those two are kissing cousins or brothers, however you want to share it. So what I'm going to do really fast is just a generic YouTube search. One of the things in the flyer that AJ sent out was how to start a YouTube channel. It's less than 5 minutes, and there's other valuable information that I can share with you, but I'm going to do this with you. I'm going to do this with you really fast. So I'm on a Mac, so you can go to, this is just an incognito because it's just, anyway, youtube.com, right? The beauty about incognito is that it doesn't know my search history. And you can just go, how to start a YouTube channel. And you'll have some of the bigger dogs on here. You guys can all see my screen, right? Everybody can see my screen? Yes? Okay. So you can watch a 14-minute video, but it's really going to be, there's some on here that are like 3 minutes, and it's very, very easy. You need a Gmail account, which most of us have, and you just go onto Google and you create your channel. It's super easy, and I have all the confidence in the world that you guys can jump onto YouTube and type in, not how to, how about how to? Type better than I do. How to start a YouTube channel. How about that? So same thing. You're going to get super easy tutorials on how to do that. So we will just shut that. So that was YouTube. That was how to get on incognito. And if you want information on that, I can show you how to do that. So I will walk you through how to upload a video and all the things that are covered on the flyer. But first and foremost about YouTube, this is, I know it's sad to say, but it's not about us. It's about answering somebody else's question. What do they want to know? You need to be the one that they find to answer the question that they're searching on YouTube or Google, whatever. This is not where you do your humble brag. This is not where you talk about yourself. This is where you're answering their questions. So how do you find out what the questions are? So AJ, is there anybody in there that has shared their niche in real estate, like what they, where they're at in the industry?
I don't see anybody. Anybody want to post on there? What do you guys specialize in?
Anyone? Oh,
First-time buyers.
first-time home buyer. Okay, so
Thank you.
we're gonna go onto YouTube. Let me do this way. We'll do it in just a regular old Google search. Okay. First-time home buyer. What would be a question they'd ask? How to buy a house. Okay. So a couple of things I'm going to show you on this page. So do you see all of this data and all of these like little numbers? It says volume, CPC, competition. So let's break that down for a hot second. Volume means how many times somebody typed in how to buy a house in the last 30 days, I believe it is. 40,000 people have typed that in. CPC means cost per click. That's if you're going to pay Google for ads. We're not doing that. Competition, 0.48. That means there's quite a bit of information out there on the interwebs on how to buy a house. So to keep that in mind, come down here to this, what do people also search for? First-time home buyer programs, buying a house checklist, buying a house for dummies, how to home buying process checklist. So how do you find out all of these things? Well, see this K right here? This is called Keywords Everywhere. So Keywords Everywhere is a tool that you will download. It's called an API key. Don't get mired down in knowing what an API key, it doesn't matter. You're gonna either install it on Chrome or Firefox. As I was telling them earlier, my kids said that only old people use Safari. So don't use Safari, it won't work anyway. You have to use Chrome or Firefox and you download this. And that, I think it's $10 for 10,000 searches or something. So we're not breaking the bank here. It's less than lunch. And what that does is it helps you when you go on to Google or YouTube, I'll show you in a hot second, how to find out what people are searching so that you can answer their question. So first-time home buyer, home buying checklist, first-time home buyer with 0 down. So these numbers, this one's sexy, right? 40,000. You want to be like, whoa, 40,000 people are going to find me. No, you want to come all the way down here to this 300 to 400, even 270, because that's going to, the niches are in the riches. So you want to narrow your field way down and you've got very little competition. What not to do before buying a house. So there is your first video for a first-time home buyer. So you're going to answer that question for 320 people and look at your competition is 0.12. So you've got 320 people that would search that in 30 days. You're not going to pay for an ad, so don't worry about that. And then you've got 0.12 of a search. So that's not very many people doing that. So your video could be found, right? So you have gotten your, like, what are they searching? What was that one? Steps for buying a first-time house. So you're going to answer that question for them. You're going to be the one that they find. Then you're going to take out your beloved phone. super fancy. I am a Dave Ramsey nerd. I'm not interested in spending money on stuff that I may or may not use. So I'm like, how much of this can I do for free? That's how I started. And I've only been doing this since March of last year. And so it is not, believe me, this is not, we're not spending gobs and tons of money on that, on the front end. Let me check in my notes. Okay. So as I said, I have a Mac. If you don't have a Mac and you've got a PC, they all come with an editing software. So you've done your homework to find out what you need to make a video on. You're going to be the expert that they find when you make your video on a first-time homebuyer program or whatever it is. Then you're going to get out your phone. You're going to set it up on the wherever, make sure your lighting is good, and you're going to do your little, hi, and you have to give your real estate info. I'm so-and-so from such and such real estate firm. I'm here, you know, what is the best first-time homebuyer program? Blah, 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 blah. And then you're going to open up your iMovie and you're going to load in your video. You're going to load in your whatever you just filmed. And you're going to, it's going to be, that's all you're going to do. This is free. It comes on your Mac. If you have a PC, like I said, there's, I can't think of what it's called. It's got, there's another editing program on there. Not fancy. Done is better than perfect. So you don't want to be janky because you do want to look like you know what you're talking about. You don't want it to be just slinging crap out there, but you do want to make sure that you're providing value with the video that you've taken the time to film. Now you're going to edit it and then you're going to put it on YouTube to live forever and ever. So this is where you take out the where you get tongue tied, where you start getting like stuck on your words, where you're like, what? And if you're not savvy with editing, don't let this overwhelm you. iMovie and some of these are super user friendly. We're not making an Academy Award winning movie. We're just providing value. So you take out the ums and the flubs and the whatever, and you kind of put together a little video of somewhere between 2 to 5 minutes. And then once you jump on an iMovie, you come over to your, let me just pause here for a second. I don't want to overwhelm you and think that it all started out looking super cute and like this. Oops, hang on. This one. It looks like this now, right? Because I've been doing it a while, but this is what it looked like beforehand. Again, it was up there because I needed it up there. I found out my colors for my office. I work at Agent Corps, so they have this really bright green because I thought, well, let's get somebody to, you know, do these for me. Well, I didn't want to spend any money, so I just made them. So I would film the video, I would edit the video. You come over here to upload a video. You select it. And I'm just gonna upload the one that I did yesterday, which is a trip that we took down to Orange County. So we're gonna pause right here, right? So I have, it's the title of my video and it's uploading. You already get a link. You don't have to worry about knowing how to do that. And then this is all the stuff that lives on my channel. So I have things that tell people how to go to my website. I have them have a free download for getting their, you know, before they get their pictures taken, before we list. I did not have all of this on here when I was, when it looked all janky, when it looked, I don't know where I did that one. Anyway, when it looked like all of my Facebook Lives that I was throwing up on there, because I was like, oh, I'll just throw up my Facebook Live, and that's how YouTube works. YouTube is a different animal than Facebook, is a different animal than Instagram. So all of these people, all of these platforms have a different audience, and you have to do it the way that platform, you know, it best serves that platform. So you go through this, you upload your video, and you talk about, you know, first time home buyer program. Use some of the words in your description that help you be found more. So remember when we did our search where we did how to buy a house. So you're going to come over here to this people also search for section after you've put in the keywords everywhere on your computer. And you're going to add in some of these too, like in this, where's my upload? Lordy, I've got a lot of tabs. So you're going to put some of these other search versions in your tags. I'm going to show you tags here in just a second. Let me go back here. Anybody have a question right now? I don't want to overwhelm you. Does anybody have a question? Am I going too fast? Am I all over the place? Please, please, please help me.
I don't see anything on the chat. Guys, if you have any questions during it, please feel free to use the chat.
So the beauty of like I said, doing this, again, in my kids' playhouse, we're not talking fancy here. We're just trying to be found.
Angel question, how long should these videos be?
It depends on what you're talking about. I wouldn't start with some, you know, half-hour long video. But I can tell you that one of the first ones I did, I was basically driving around town and it was like 10 minutes. But it depends on what we're talking about. There's no set standard. YouTube, I guess, apparently likes them longer because that helps your watch time in that. But you can go anywhere from 3 minutes to 10 minutes. And don't overthink it because you'll get there before you even realize you're there. You're like, oh, I didn't even realize I had 10 minutes of information to share. Why can't I get to my thing? Okay, so back to the uploading and the keywords everywhere and the Google. So I don't want to be all over the place. So these terms are not always the ones that you originally sought, right? So how to buy a house, how to buy a house with no money, how to buy a house in California, how to buy a house for the first time. So when you're doing your uploading and you're going to get to where you're going to give your description, this is a great video, and then you're going to talk about what's in the video. It's still uploading. You're going to go back over here.
Question, you want to know how do you get this to show from keywords everywhere?
Say it again. How do I get that graph? That comes up once you download the Keywords Everywhere tool onto your browser. They talk to each other. So it knows what you're searching and the volume of what you're searching. Did I answer that? This graph, you want to know how this came up here?
Yes.
Yeah, that just comes based on what I typed in. That's there all the time. You can copy this data if you're a data person and you want to export this to a file. People, you know, this tells you like, they're also, I mean, it's Google, you know, they're going to tell you everything. How to buy a house with no money, how to buy a house in California. So you're going to search these, you're going to use these other search terms and put them in. Is this done yet? Good night, this is taking forever. You're going to put them in your video tags. So let me go to this edit video portion. So this is a video that I made. I don't even know what this video is. What does a realtor do? Because we get asked that a lot. They want to try and not pay us. So this section right here is where, this is the tags section. This is going to be where you get more information of what to put in your tags on these other searches. So first time home buyer program. So I'm uploading my video and then my video is named how to buy a house, but then I've also put in first time home buyer programs in my tags. So they can find me two ways, right? Because I'm answering that question for two different ways to find that video. Does that make sense? Anyone?
Yes.
So the beauty of downloading the keywords everywhere, being found on Google, which owns YouTube, and being found on YouTube is that you're solving the problem. You're presenting yourself as the expert for that problem solved. So here's how it started on YouTube for me. So I went because I had no business. I was new to the industry and I did not have a sphere of influence. I didn't have referral. I didn't have anything. I was like, I don't know how to do this. And I was in an office that was heavy on cold calls. And those made me sweat and cry, and I didn't enjoy that. And if it wasn't cold calls, it was going out to knock on doors. Again, I was like, what? So I was like already on my Instagram, doing Instagram things, doing a Tip Tuesday, sharing what I could that made sense to people. And so I just jumped onto YouTube one day and was like, well, what do people want to know about Bakersfield and real estate?
I got a question.
Yeah.
So this Escondido thing, is that a window you go to?
Oh, Escondido.
Escondido.
I'm sorry.
That?
This is called incognito. So when we jump onto Google, they know what we search. You know, they track what we search. So you can come over here, and you can do this on your phone too. You come over to File, and it says New Incognito Window. So it's like you're fresh to YouTube. It's telling you your browsing history is not there. There's no cookies. There's no history on your searches. You're just green to the page. So I just typed in youtube.com. And it's going to be everything that is just a brand new search to YouTube, whatever YouTube has, right? And you come up here to the search, and it was like living in, I have my in caps and yelling, living in Bakersfield. So and this is not a plug for me, but this guy right here, this video made my blood boil because A, he's not a resident. B, 142 views. I was like, was that? What? And then he just bashes on our community. He doesn't live here. His sister lives here. I was pissed. I was like, what? I'm trying to promote our community here. And he has 2 minutes and 34 seconds of nothing but awful. And I was like, well, I don't like that, sir. And and then in the comments, people are just bashing us. And I was like, well, we're going to have to fix that. So then I made this one, top things to know about Bakersfield. It's got 16,000 views. Again, this is brand new. I'm just in the top 5 because I saw that guy and I went after him. Not like that, but I just wanted something counter. And this video is me starting out because I didn't want to talk on it because I was like, I'm not going to talk on the video. Ugh. I went out to the river's edge at the end of 178 and I basically drove to the west side. I talked a little bit. Here's Hen's Roost because I stopped for lunch. And then I went out to like CSUB and I thank you for watching. Like that was all I did because I just didn't. And this video now has 16,000 views and I'm not even talking in it. Like, and by the way, this field is wide open. I need more of y'all out here with me talking about our awesome community, talking about where the dog parks are, talking about the cool little taco trucks and the taco places. I don't care what you're talking about. Make it positive, make it about Bakersfield, and throw in some real estate, and you have become a digital mayor. And I want you out here with me because right now it's me and this guy talking about our community and what it's like, or the news. There's room for you guys out here. So please, for the love, get on here with me.
What are your thoughts on YouTube live videos? Do you do those too? Or should people be doing those?
I have not done one. I think the influencers are doing those because they have, scads and tons of subscribers. So they can do those, like we would do a Facebook Live and we would say, hey, my new listing, blah, blah, blah. They're doing that because they can. They've got that audience. I don't have that audience. So I don't do them, but people that are doing them in my experience are the big time influencers like Tom Ferry and some of those guys that are, Gary Vee, Grant Cardone, those people, right? They're doing a live and they're doing an interview and they're going to talk to their who's what's it. I don't have that audience. I'm not saying it's not out there for somebody or myself. I just don't have it now and I haven't done it. But so this is just to show you, this is incognito search and it's this guy and me and the news. This guy is a vlog. When I first did this, there was somebody picking up their drugs. They filmed themselves going to pick up their drugs. And I'm like, no. So that's really, I was mad. That's how I started on YouTube. And then I started to figure out how and watch a couple more videos and figure out how to get on and do these things to get leads, because I didn't like making cold calls and I didn't want to go to everybody's door. I'm a woman. I didn't enjoy walking up to a random house in some of these neighborhoods. That wasn't where I wanted to spend my time. And so the beautiful thing about this is the long game. This is a marathon. We realtors, we get a little like, woo, something shiny. Woo, I'm going to try that for a little bit and I'm going to get some leads and I'm going to go try that. This is the long game. So you make your video, if you can get a video that goes viral and you can get 10,000 leads from it, do that to the glory of God. You can teach me, but this is not what I would want you to start out thinking is going to happen on YouTube. This is where you're going to be found answering somebody's problem, solving their problem, answering their question. So let me go back to the notes. Go ahead.
How do you measure if it's a successful video? And also you put your listings on YouTube.
I do.
2 questions.
So a successful video, let's define success. I've got 3 qualified buyers, which I know people tend to think that buyers are like the low hanging fruit in our industry. But they still give me a paycheck. And then when my sellers see that their listing video is going to come on my channel, they're pretty happy to see like, oh, she's got an actual channel. It's not my team's channel. It's not me just throwing it up on a Facebook Live. I actually have a YouTube channel. So they're happy to know that it's going to get more eyeballs, because it's all about eyeballs right now on the devices. How many people are going to see their house, not just Zillow and the MLS feed and portal. How many people are going to watch the video and watch the tour? So a successful video is somebody that's actually watching it and then reaching out. I've got 3 people that are qualified that have watched my channel, and we're not talking $75,000 qualified. We're talking $350 to $450. And they said, a guy reached out to me on Sunday. He said, hey, I found you on YouTube, which still blows my mind. And you had a video on how to get qualified. So I went ahead and did that, and I just sent you the pre-qualification letter. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. So then I open up the email, and it's $350. He's qualified for $350. I didn't do anything. I made a video, a very early video, by the way, that talked about pre-qual versus pre-approved. And so he watched that video, he took the steps, he got his taxes and his paycheck and all that, and he went to the lender. I did not have to do anything. So I would say that's a success. Some of these with the higher view count are good. When they download my free PDFs, my pre-shoot checklist or my, and by the way, these are not, again, this is not some booklet that I've put together. A relocation guide, a top 5 things to know before you get your listing pictures taken. These are not super involved things. They're downloading them, and when they have to go to my little landing page that I set up for them to download, and they give me their email, I've got their email for my CRM. They can get their free document, and then I can nurture them, and then they become a client. That's happened well, I already have one closing. They reached out to me on Instagram. They found me on YouTube. They now live here. I have these other 3 that are coming through. So there's a bunch of different ways to gather their attention. And when you talk to them, they're like, oh, you sound just like you do on your video. I'm like, well, that's because it's me. So you're not putting out one person and then, being another when they call you. And they will call you. They will text you. They will email you. It's amazing. It's amazing. Let me check my notes and ask me questions. Okay. Anything? Anyone? Okay, so we're good? Okay, I want to...
Do you do your listings on YouTube? I don't know if you got that. So do
Say
you
it
put
again?
all your listings on YouTube?
Yep, I even have one that's going live today that is a little rough, and I'm going to put that one up there. I had a listing in Brighton Place. And I'm not doing I know a lot of people do their, they just turn their pictures into a video and they slap music on it, and then they call that their listing video. They're like, I'm walking through, I'm saying, hey, check out this bathtub and look at the view from the 2nd story, and oh, this one has solar. Oh my gosh, if anybody can make a video about solar, it's on my list. But good Lord, if you make a video talking about PPA, lease, and owning, I get so many questions about solar. I don't know why I haven't made the video, but be the expert that they need. They're coming to you for the question. Remember, you're just answering their YouTube, their Google search. Because even when you do this keywords everywhere and you go onto YouTube, watch this. Let's just use solar since I was just talking about it. Solar lease. Questions, but you also get your same search numbers. So solar lease, 1,000 searches in 30 days. And the competition is 0.46. So that competition, you want to keep that at like 0.2 something to like 0.7. This is right in the middle, 0.46. And here are some people answering questions. PPA versus lease. Homes with solar, should you buy? That's in Arizona. That's one of the girls that, by the way, this is a friend of mine from the group that I'm in, where I learned how to go from making the videos that were a little, they weren't cute, right? They were bright green. To when I learned how to I took this little 5-day free course on Facebook, and I'll give you guys the link. Sorry, a bug just flew in my, I took a little 5-day free course on how to set up my YouTube channel from a girl who's a realtor in Savannah. And it was one of the best things I could have ever done. And this little girl is in Arizona, and she's in the course with me. But if you did solar lease Bakersfield, watch this. Well, she still comes up, but I do believe there needs to be a video about a Bakersfield person, Rick from Bakersfield, California solar panels. Anybody know Rick? Is he a realtor? I don't know. PPA versus solar lease. So this is like the company generated ones, right? This solar lease versus solar PPA. People don't know what a PPA is. You got to answer that question too. Look at the search. Solar panels. How to buy a home with at least solar. Wide open field here. Wide open field. So that's what I'm saying is like there's a crap ton of room for all of us to be on there celebrating our community, celebrating what we do, what you do on your off time. So if you could marry those two, so you're a gym rat and you're going to give a market update while you're lifting, whatever. La 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 la. Rates are blah blah blah. Do 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 da da da. Call me. I mean, it's very very easy. It does not have to be complicated. And I think when we start to follow this something shiny syndrome, and we think, oh, I'll make a video and then I'll get all these leads, and that's not what YouTube is. Remember, this is the long game. So you can marry your worlds and provide value, and you generate leads. Questions, comments, concerns?
Yeah, how do you create those cool looking thumbnails? What software do you use?
Okay, so the thumbnail, thank you, AJ, is another free program called Canva. Canva, you can do a Facebook post, social media, flyer. This is where I make those little PDFs for people to download. I don't have to know all the dimensions, 1280 by 720. I don't need to know that. Canva knows it. So I can come over here and they give me what I need. They give me all kinds of ideas, right? You can do this. You click on it. You can take that picture out. You can add in a picture of your house for sale that you're, selling. You fill it in here. You can change these colors. Forward. Come over here, you click on here, you change these colors to whatever. If you're KW, right? You want red. Change these words. You change this to say house for sale. Oops. What's the other KW color? I don't know. Let's go with white. Ooh. Position. Backward. Forward. Oh, I know what I did. Hang on. Let's make that green. You can move this up. House for sale. Then you would download this. Download this. And you come back over to your, so it saves it for you. You come back over to your video that you're uploading. We talked about this one and this is your upload your thumbnail. And then Canva just walked you through it, right? House for sale, open. And then you have your thumbnail. They're gonna click on what? House for sale, what? And then you have your video and your thumbnail. I don't know why that just went big, or excuse me, small. So you have your thumbnail for them to click on that talks about the house for sale that we just made in Canva. I mean, it was not fancy. You guys just saw me do that. That was what, 30 seconds? You can do on Canva, you can do you can add text. I can move this over here. Come on, brother. I want to put in Bakersfield, California, right? I want to make that thin. Move that down here. Questions, comments?
Noah wants to know, do you add your DRE info to your videos? Where would you add that?
It's on my main page, Noah. It's on my, hang on, where's my channel? I have all these tabs. Bless. It's up here. It's on my main channel page because it has to be if we're talking about it. Well, piss. Let me just open it again. It has to be on there that I'm a realtor and I'm in the state of California. I have to have that on there. Let me show you my header. See, it says licensed right there. I have to have that on there. I put on here that I'm posting videos every Wednesday. That's another key point, is that once you pick your day, Sundays, Tuesdays, whatever your day, Google gets grumpy when you're not consistent and they won't move your video up to be found. So you can be posting on a Tuesday morning one week and then, Friday afternoon the next week, because you got busy with, our industry or whatever. Google won't let you be found as easily as if you did Monday, 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 Monday. Mine are Wednesday. And you need to tell people when you're going to be on there. I'll see you next Wednesday. I'll see you next Sunday. And then they know. And that's why they would subscribe, because they want to see what you're going to bring them next Sunday, right? So that's another success to measure. One of the other questions earlier was, how do you know if it's a success? I've got subscribers, people that are coming back week after week that are wanting to see. My clients are like, when my clients that I closed on a couple weeks ago, we're friends. Like, we went to dinner twice. My kids have swam in their pool. They're awesome people because they're so, the relationship was already established before I even met them. They joke and they say, Angel, we're going to unsub. We're not going to watch the videos anymore because we're friends. But the joke is because they still, even though we have the relationship that we found together on me posting the video, and they established the relationship with me before I even knew them, they're even deeper into the relationship than I am because of how many that they've watched, because they subscribed all this time. They know every video that I still post. So the relationship happens long before you ever meet them. So that's why when I said that, you know, it's not the humble brag time, because they're not going to call you. They're not going to, the chances of them reaching out going, oh, I can't wait to be part of his, I guess somebody out there might, but that's not what they're searching for on YouTube and Google. So I'm not trying to say that we shouldn't be proud of our efforts, but that's not where you start, I guess. Sorry, I'm going over my notes. So hit me with more questions, AJ.
I don't see any more.
Okay. So again, not to overload you. So you're going to film super easy on your phone. I'm just going to review. You're going to film. You're going to jump into iMovie. After you've done your keyword research, you're going to get on to, you're going to do the keyword research to find out, you know, 55 and older. Who wants the active adult? Do they want Windermere? What's the zip code thing? You know, what zip code is, you know, Windermere in, and what gated communities, and how safe is Bakersfield? That one comes up a lot. If you want to talk about that within the fair housing rules, be very, very careful. I get asked that question a lot, and I always have to defer to, like, I can send you the link, that link that's in the MLS that talks about, you know, our crime rate or whatever. Again, we want to be a positive voice for our community, for what we do, for who we serve, and this is your opportunity to do it. And it lives forever. So you only have to do it once. Just do it once every week. So this is what I was going to tell you was, I don't want to overwhelm you, but when AJ sends out that quiz on what provided value, if we need to do smaller versions of these videos or these trainings, please let us know, because if it's not for me, I can find somebody that can do it clearer for you. I would love it for it to be me, to share what I have, because I can vomit all this information up to you guys all day, but I don't want it to be like, no, I want you to do this with me, because I need more people out here talking about our community and how, and what we do and how well we serve our clients. Checking my notes, hang on. Keywords everywhere. Pick the day you will post and stick to it. So if you're new to editing, give yourself some grace to figure out iMovie or whatever's on your, if you have a PC, whatever is on there, so that you're not trying to be like, I told them I would post on Wednesday, and you're just starting to edit it Wednesday morning. You know, start to edit it maybe Sunday afternoon, and then maybe tweak it again on Monday. You know, do your little intro and outro if you need to refilm those, and then get it queued up to post. Because when you go to upload your video, you will set, hang on, I got to find the video that was uploading, for the love, where'd it go? Okay, so we will go through this one really fast. So this is the one that I made, and you will select a playlist. Again, not fancy, real estate, buying a home. And you can just make these up. I can make a new one, you know, YouTube. Now I have a playlist called YouTube Training, and I can add this video that I just uploaded to the YouTube Training playlist. And let me move you guys because I can't see where thing is. And then I would do next. You can add an end screen, which YouTube defaults to those. Don't overthink it. You don't have to. And a card is where, if you're ever watching a YouTube video and there's a little like white thing that comes up in the corner that says, I don't know, it'll say, you know, who's hiring in Bakersfield. And you can, and they can click, it'll take them to that video. That's a card. You don't have to know all that to get started, I promise. And so you can set this as public, you can schedule it. So when I was saying, like, give yourself the grace to edit the video after you have filmed it, after you have done your homework on, you know, finding out what to make. And then you can schedule it so that even though you're done editing it Tuesday night at 4 o'clock and you want it to post Thursday morning at 10, you just schedule it to go. You know, you pick Thursday at, you know, 10 in the morning or 7 in the morning, and then you're done with it for the week, right? Then you start to think like, okay, so let me do some more homework on if I want to make a video on solar, or if I want to make a video on, you know, apartments or a hotel or whatever your industry, wherever you are in our industry, whatever you do. If you're a flip guy, if you're an investor, if you want to talk about cap rate, when you do your research and you start to talk about that on a regular basis, you're going to get those clients because they've searched for you. You've answered their question. So checking my notes again. Canva, we talked about Canva, loading it, making the title. So the title, when you load the video into iMovie or whatever, title it, even if it's just rough, like how to, what was it, first time home buyer? What did we do? What did we call this video? We called it something. Where was our search? Good Lord. How to buy a house. So when you load it into iMovie, title it, how to buy a house. Even if it's just like how to buy a house 1, because next week you're going to do how to buy a house 2, whatever. Because then YouTube will notice the file. Then when you name it, when you do the thing in Canva, you'll call this one how to buy a house. And then when you upload it onto YouTube, how to buy a house. So Google likes everything named the same. So how to buy a house, how to buy a house, how to buy a house. Then when somebody's searching, when they jump onto Google or onto YouTube and they search how to buy a house, there's like all these different metadata, something that all of this falls into, and then it's easier to be found for somebody that's searching. The whole thing is how to answer their question, how to get found. Checking my notes. And then there's different types of real estate videos. I'm sorry, go ahead, AJ.
Oh, Angel, no one wants to know, do you do anything special for lighting a room?
I stand in front of a window if I can. And I have some cheap little lights, a little ring light that I bought that either clips to my Mac right here, clips to my phone, or I have one that stands up in my kids' playhouse where I film. I try to use as much natural light as possible. Again, I don't want to spend a lot of money. I mean, I've been doing this since March of last year, and yesterday was my birthday, and my husband just now bought me a camera to film because I've been doing everything on my phone, and I'm like, man, this is taking up a lot of space. I need to, but I didn't want to pull the trigger and spend the money on a thing, but he did it for me. But you know, so no, I'm doing everything I can for as little money as I can. The keywords everywhere, that's $10 for 10,000 searches. Okay, that's cheaper than lunch. I can get behind that. Canva is free. YouTube is free. My phone I've already paid for. So you know what I mean? Like,
what kind of camera, Angel?
The one that I got yesterday?
Yes.
These are not, this is DJ Osmo. I've had it less than 24 hours. I don't even know. I'll send it to you, Noah. If that's the Noah that I know, then yes, I'll send it to you. But let me go back to the file incognito tab. Give me another niche besides first-time home buyer. Give me somebody else that does something. Anybody? Hello. What can we search for? Like last week, what was it, Paul, when he said reverse mortgages? Was it Paul Steele that said that? So reverse mortgages.
Or flipping in Bakersfield.
Flipping?
No, flipping. Short sales.
There we go. Short sale. Yeah, that's going to be a big one to put a video out on soon. Boy. Short sales in real estate. So this is the incognito search. There's no history here whatsoever. Short sale explained. How do short sales work? This is a video from 4 years ago. The process of a short sale, 8 months ago. The short sale queen. So maybe she's in my group. Buying short sales. So there's a lot of information on there, but let's do short sale real estate, Bakersfield, CA. Let's see what comes up. 11 years ago, Gilbert Aguirre did a video on 11 years ago. So that was the 0809. But there's nothing, there's Homes Bakersfield Realtors short sale. It's a 22-second video. I'm gonna guess there's not a lot of value there. So you wanna provide the value, the local, even more hyper local Bakersfield, California, right? So there's gonna be a lot of people in Bakersfield, they're gonna be asking the question about short sales here in a few months, in my opinion. Might be good to jump on and start being the expert on that, right? Because then they're gonna go back to you for, well, how do I get started? What do I do? And if you've got anything with your name on it that you can like attach, it's not hard. If I can do this, you guys can do this. This is not, don't overthink this and make this harder than it needs to be, because it's not. Why do I keep pulling up our email, AJ? So when we do the searches on YouTube, let me go back up to, let me just go to YouTube, regular old search. This is not incognito, this is generic, right? This is my YouTube. So it knows what I've searched. It knows who I follow, it knows what I watch. If we just type in Bakersfield, California, it knows, but even I don't come up, and it's my search, it's my channel, but look at that volume, 49,500, right? But if I do real estate, Bakersfield, California, we've got a little bit more specific, right? Okay, so that's my mug. You got Cope, you got somebody else doing a video tour, the news, me, Linda. But hers is only 41 seconds. So, and that's just the pictures put into a video. Rivera, there's room for you guys out here. I don't know who that guy is. I want more people on here with me. So real estate Bakersfield, 720 searches, and the competition is 0.25. If you want to spend money on an ad, you're going to put 34 cents toward the cost per click. That's what CPC means. That's a pretty small investment if you wanted to put an ad toward a Google ad toward your video. But it's you don't have to. You'll be found for free.
We got about a couple minutes left, Angel, before it's 11.
Yes, I wanted to show you, I'm going to be really efficient here. So when you're in the channel, so we can go to my YouTube studio and I can show you how people are finding. And you, not just me. I want them to find you as well. So you come over here to analytics. So this is like the back end of my channel. Comments and whatnot, my latest video, blah, blah, blah. So when you go into the analytics, which if you're a numbers nerd, if Noah is still on this video, he's gonna love this. So you can see how many times your videos have been viewed, your watch time, how many subscribers you've gotten in the last 30 days. I'm not earning any money on my channel yet, but this is in the last 28 days. My channel got 27% more views than usual. So you can come down here to reach, and this is where it shows you traffic source types. So YouTube search is 51% of how people are finding me. So people are on their phones. They're searching stuff. Where are they searching it? Google. Who owns, and we're on YouTube. So who owns YouTube? Google. So when they do the searches, they're finding us. And then if we've all been on YouTube looking for something, how to fix something or whatever. And there's always ones that come up on the suggested. Well, if you like this one, you're going to like this video. I'm found 22% of the time because I'm suggested. So even if they don't search for something that I have tagged, I have labeled a certain way, they can still find me in the suggested column if they're looking on their PC or their Mac or on their phone. So then you can break this down even further. I'm sorry, yes?
Don has a question. Where to find how to putting a YouTube or how to putting a listing on YouTube, not so much about me. I'm not
Ask
sure.
me that again?
Don, you want to speak on it? Maybe unmute yourself.
I don't know if I'm up or not. I just want to know how I put my clients' listings on YouTube more so than advertising myself, because I work just mostly with family and friends.
You mean how to actually load the video onto YouTube?
How to load it and how to make it, I guess, look professional.
Well, so you would film your video and you would upload it right here where we uploaded the video. And then what you can do, so what's one of your listings right now, Dawn?
I don't have any right now. I was going to do one for a girlfriend and she can't do it.
Does it have a pool?
No.
No?
No
So
pool.
is it a 55 and older? Give me some of the parameters of the house.
Hold on. Gated, 3,100 square feet. She's redone the house pretty much.
What's the zip code?
93311.
So do you see what I just typed in there? Gated community 93311. Watch what comes up. So it's not really, people aren't really searching that exact term, right? But if you can come over here, let's see, let's do gated community, not plural. Let's see what happens. ITY. See if that changes the search. How about this? How about we do house for sale, gated community 93311. So those are the high points, right? So you do that search, you have the keywords everywhere. You put this on your search browser. Bless, where'd it go? Here we go. House for sale. So not a lot. House for sale, gated community 93311. But people also search for, you come down here, houses for sale in Bakersfield. That's a crap ton of searches right there. Is it in Seven Oaks?
Southern Oaks.
Southern Oaks. Okay, I don't know what Southern Oaks is. But it's a
gated community just down from Seven Oaks.
There you go. So if you were to say, in your video, I have a house, blah, blah, blah. I'm Dawn Curley, real estate agent. I've got this beautiful house coming for sale in Southern Oaks. I know you thought I said Seven Oaks, but nope, this is Southern Oaks. Boom. You can put Seven Oaks in your tags, and your video would have a higher chance of being found, because that search volume for Seven Oaks, Bakersfield, is 390. And girl, there's no competition, 0.08. There ain't nobody out there talking about that. That's beautiful. So then you could talk about, it's a gated, let's see. Blah, blah, blah. Any of these items here where it's the other searches, you could talk about in your video. So that would be something that you could do for a listing. And then what I would do in conjunction with that is drive around that community. Then you've got video number 2 that talks about, not only, now they've got the video of your listing, then next week they would have you just, honestly, that's all I do. I have my phone and I just drive like 2 miles an hour through the community. And I talk about the houses in this community run from 385,000 to 425,000 while I'm in my car. Like, don't overthink it. You got video number 2. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You can do it, girl. Get out here with me. I need company. So you would just upload your listing video like that. You go up to the upload right here. You can do the upload video here. You can go here and you put in all of the parameters, gated community, 9331. The zip code thing, I have to say, I have a video that talks about our zip codes, how beautifully Bakersfield is laid out with the way our town, you know, we're all 933. I'm not talking about Shafter and Wasco and Arvin and all that. Just Bakersfield, the 933, people want that information big time. So talk about what's in that zip code. Oof, it's huge. It's huge. So I have two things to share with you and I'm done. I shared with you how my videos were a little rough, I guess you could say, where they, you know, were just me throwing up my Instagram videos or my Facebook lives that I would do at a listing. And so they looked a little rough. They looked a little like kind of all over the place. I didn't really know. I don't know how you want me to do this, AJ, how you want me to give you this link, but I took the free, my favorite 4-letter word, 5-day course. And I don't know how we're going to get you the link, but you can do the link. You can join this course and it's 5 days. And she walks you through how to set up your channel, how to do your header so that it's cute. And it says, you know, Bakersfield Realtor, or it says whatever whatever you want your channel to say. I'm trying to find mine. I don't even know where it went.
Maybe we can share it on the chat, Angel. I think that should be able to let people click it.
Do I know how to get in there?
Click on more and then chat.
Okay, let me get the link. So AJ course, 5-day challenge. This is it. This is the 5-day challenge and it's free. So there's no kickback to me for you to take anything free. If you were to buy the course, she gets a notification that it came from you or from me giving it to you. So I would then get something, but just take it for free. Chat. I'm going to click on chat, AJ.
Yes, click on chat and then you can type it in.
Okay. So here is the link for the course that I took for free. It's 5 days. It's one day you do this, the next day you do that, and then you have a channel. And then there's a course that I took that I paid for, still very reasonable. And I'm still not all the way through the course. Like I haven't even completed the course because she keeps adding stuff to it. But it helps me get to know all of this back end stuff and to figure out, okay, the keywords. Like I've given you guys a broad overview, but if you want to go a little bit of a deeper dive, that everybody loves to say that, a deep dive, that's where you can start. And it will pay off in spades. And please fill out the survey so that we know if I overwhelmed you or if you want more information and we can break it down piece by piece, please fill it out so that I know that I didn't just waste your time. I would hate to think I wasted your time. I want to bring value to this industry.
Oh yes.
So I think that's it, AJ.
Awesome. If any other questions, if not, I don't see anything else. Great job, Angel. Thank you so much.